Hey there, folks. I got me a new acquisition. So it says Ward's gasoline engine, but if you look closely, it says WMC AHH. So you can tell this is a Wisconsin AHH engine, and makes 9 horsepower at 2,000 RPM. I don't know what this came off of. I don't know what Montgomery Ward sold that used this engine. But actually, this was probably set from the factory to max out at 2,000 RPM, but 2,200 is typically what these maxed out at. So I wanted an AHH for a long time, and I actually got 2 of them. I'll have to dig into the other one. It's a non-running at a later time, but these things are just cool. They're massive. There's a lot of unique things about them in general, and also compared to the other Wisconsins. I think it's interesting that these earlier engines from the 40s and 50s have some extra features on the crankcase that were taken off later on. And I know this magneto gear is different. There's the magneto mounts on a shelf, and there's no gear mounted to the magneto like there is on most later Wisconsins. It actually just drives by, I don't know what you call it, like a plate with 2 keys in it, I guess. And then the shaft for the magneto gear itself is a part of the engine, and there's a whole multi-piece assembly in there that you access through this cover. And I also find it interesting that the exhaust is in the front and the intake's in the back. That's kind of odd. I guess the only other motor I know of that comes to mind that's like that is I believe the Onan NB is like that on the Gravely tractors, although the NB had the cam on the other side of the engine. But I think that's kind of interesting. And then this one's got a bigger gas tank. It's like a 3-gallon tank, maybe bigger. And then they've got that access cover on the other side of the block, which I think is really cool. I'll have to pull it off and look in there someday, but you could access your rod cap bolts, and you could pull the piston through there if you had to. Just take the head off. Got a lot of space through there. That's kind of a neat thing on these early engines. So this engine is the biggest displacement single cylinder that Wisconsin made. It's a 3 5/8 bore by a 4-inch stroke. They made 3 different motors with that 4-inch stroke. And so this is like a 41 cubic inch, little over 41 cubic inches. It's got, this one has a Fairbanks Morse mag, you probably saw earlier. That throttle, that's not actually accurate. This chain's got a lot of slack in it. It'll putt right along at 1,000 RPM right now, and the most I can get out of this linkage here is 1,300, which is fine. If I want more out of it right now, I can tweak it. So let's see if it'll fire up. Get a good look around here.